Hey everyone, welcome to Birds of a Feather. Today we're creating brush storage for my stencil brushes. And we're going to be using this vintage stamp holder.
Color outside the lines.
What I have here are two wood rounds that I'm just going to paint the edge of because I quite like the grain on this piece, and this piece isn't even going to show. Then I've got a Lazy Susan so that I can make it spin. And I think what I'm going to try doing is combining these two colors of paints. Not sure what I'm going to use yet, so I'm just going to do a little experimenting. So I'd like to combine these two colors of paint, but I'm having a really hard time getting this jar open. I just can't do it. So I'm using this strap wrench. I'm just going to loosen it up, put it around here, and I'm just going to give it a pull and tighten it. And now, hopefully, okay, I still can't do it. Maybe my husband can. I just don't have the hand strength. So let's see what kind of luck he has with this. I know because we tightened it with the strap wrench. We went the wrong way initially, so now we have to undo what we did. Okay, well it looks like I'm going to be drilling through this.
I got it by hand better. There we go, we got it. So where this is really handy is if you can't grip onto the object, it's metal or it's, for whatever reason, you can't grip it, a small pipe, it'll grab onto it better than by hand, and you got more leverage with this. But in this case, I was able to grab the paint jar.
So who knows, maybe it loosened it a bit, but I think brute strength won in the end. Okay, so now that this is open, I'm going to combine these two colors and see what I get here. So don't do what I just did. You should get like a clean stick. You should stir both of these paints before you get into this. So I'm just going to give this a mix. I really don't need much paint for what I'm doing. I'm just curious to see what this is going to look like combined. What I'm really going for here is more of a muted green. I want it a little bit gray, and this blue does have a touch of gray in it. So I'm kind of liking that. I'm going to put a touch more green in here. And again, guys, you really should be stirring this up. So again, do as I say, not as I do. I am really liking the resulting color of mixing farmhouse green and dusty blue. It really is a pretty sort of blue-gray color here. Move this out of the way. I'm going to mist my brush here. Just get it wet, dip into the paint, and I'm only going to do around the edges because you're not going to see this particular piece. This is just going in the center to provide some height. So I'm just going to go right around, and it doesn't matter if I'm a little messy because you're not going to see the top of this. So I've got a nice flat paintbrush here, and it's about the width of this edge, which makes it perfect to get right the way around. I'm just going to make sure that I've got coverage, so I'm just going to go from the middle outwards to be sure I'm covering the edges. Even though I'm fairly certain I'm not going to see this once this is combined, might as well paint it properly just in case. You don't want to see any gaps with the wood here. Okay, so that's one done. I'm going to get some painter's pyramids so that I can prop this up and let it dry, because it is quite wet on the bottom. It's a little sloppy with the paint here. Let's see if I can just, there. If you missed our Tool Talk Tuesday when we talked about these paint pyramids, you should really check it out. I'll link to it in the description above. There. Now I'll do this one, and again I'm just going to mist the brush here. Might have to do 2 coats. I don't know yet. We'll see what the coverage is like once it dries. So if you do go over by a little bit and that bothers you, I've just got a slight touch there. You can always send it back. This is just plywood, but the top ply here has a really pretty grain, and I just really like the way it looks naturally. It almost looks like a mahogany. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's sort of got that graining pattern. This chalk paint will dry in 20 minutes, so if I want to do another coat, it's not going to take long at all. Okay, so for this, I'm actually just going to put it right on top of the jar here. Don't need painter's pyramids. I'm going to go wash the brush. I'm just going to go put a piece of plastic over this, just in case I do want to do a second coat. And I'm just going to get some sandpaper and just get prepared just to sand back here where I just kissed over the edges. Once this is dry, I'm going to apply a clear coat of satin here. Let that dry, and then what I'm going to do, and again this isn't quite dry yet, but I'm going to glue this down to the center, and then we're going to stack it all together. I'm also going to attach this Lazy Susan onto the bottom of this piece, and then right on top of the whole thing is going to go this, and we're going to be done. I'm not going to do anything with respect to finishing this because I really love the patina of the metal. I just like that antique look, so that's staying as is, original. We've got our two pieces glued and we're clear coated here, and now we're going to glue on the Lazy Susan. Now that we're all glued up and our Lazy Susan is spinning, we can simply drop this on top, and that's balanced well, and now we can insert our paintbrushes. Let's put this one into a tighter slot here. Let's try this. Nope. Let's try this one. It's a good fit there. I think here we are going to do that. I can't wait to put this to good use. If you're interested in some of Birds of a Feather's stencil projects, I'll link to our playlist below, so be sure to check that out. Let's go paint something. For more upcycle ideas, be sure to subscribe and ring that bell for upcoming projects, or check out one of the videos above.